You know the vast majority of people don't have goals. You know you're a cut above the rest. But don't get complacent. You realize 90%, probably more, definitely more, percent of people fail to achieve their goals, right? Why is that? Likely it either gets too hard and I can't be bothered, or life just gets in the way, really. Something pops up and just gets pushed to the side. Or you weren't actually realistic about the goal itself, or one of the 100 characteristics of the goal. You didn't give it enough time to actually manifest, so you just give up. Or another million reasons on why you failed to achieve the goal. There is a counterintuitive way of thinking that improves your chances substantially. Most people think, hey, you know what? My goal is to achieve my dream physique. To achieve that, I need to go to the gym and eat clean. Well, obviously that's true. There's a different way of thinking that will help you out immensely. What I just said is the starting point. Having the goal and what you have to do, it's the starting point. Let's invert the goal. What are the potential roadblocks of achieving this goal? Let's start with the goal itself, getting my dream physique. What are the roadblocks to me achieving my dream physique? Well, obviously, I have to eat clean and go to the gym consistently. What are the roadblocks for those two things? Well, I could not feel like it, not be motivated. Okay, you're not going to be motivated. Let's think of systems, habits, things you can do in order to be motivated. So when you feel unmotivated, you know what to do. Basically, you figure out the roadblocks, and then you figure out systems, habits, and things you can do. Become conscious of them that will, when that roadblock comes up, oh, I've planned for this. I'm fine. It's not going to stop me. People don't achieve goals because things come up. If you plan for these things that come up, how much more likely are you going to succeed? From my own life, I set a goal of reaching 1,000 subs on YouTube. Okay, what are the roadblocks? Consistently making YouTube videos and getting demotivated and just not making the videos. That's literally the main thing. Consistently make videos and get better. That's all I have to do. But what's going to stop me? I could give into comfort. I could just not record them. There's video games to play. There's parties to go to. There's things to do. It's more fun than recording. Okay, let's set up systems so this doesn't happen. Okay, I'm deleting Instagram. Not having that on my phone because that's just going to distract me too much. Okay, now this potential roadblock, it's just vanished. That's not going to happen anymore. All because you planned for this to happen. Can you see how powerful this is? Becoming aware of the roadblocks is such a powerful way to think about goal setting. The next point is to gain unholy amounts of clarity on what you want, why you want it, and how you're going to achieve it. Clarity is one of the best things you can gain for achieving goals and anything in your life. More clarity on yourself, what you want, is never a wasted time or wasted venture. On top of knowing what you want, authentically what you want. There's a distinction between those two things, and you have to realize that. Do you want a certain thing because everyone else is doing it, and deep down, you just don't care about it? Or, you know what? I do care. This would make me fulfilled if I achieved it. These are the goals that you should be achieving for, not everyone else is doing it. It would be cool if I did it. This literally happened in my own life. I was considering becoming a pro fighter because I was like, hey, you know what? People would treat me with such respect. That would be so cool if I did that. Imagine how people would respond. And it's just like, I was legit going to take something up because I wanted validation from others. That is the definition of a goal derived from external wants and validations. You don't want this. You need the self-awareness to realize, why am I doing this? And on top of this, I want you to use Socratic reasoning to Go down to your first principle of why you want the thing. You want to become financially free. Okay, why? Go down the layers and find your base reasoning. This base reasoning is going to give you far more motivation and understanding that than a surface level, because it'd be nice to be financially free, you know? Instead of that, deep down it's because you fear mediocrity and you can't handle living to your 40 years old and not having made anything of yourself. That is a strong fucking reason. I was reading A Man's Search for Meaning a few weeks back. It's a book about a first-hand experience of someone in the Holocaust. Went into deep detail into the events and everything like that. It was a very horrible read, but also enlightening. There was a part of it that... There's a quote that I've always known. Having a strong why overcomes any how. Having a strong why overcomes any how. I don't know who originally said that. Everyone around the self-improvement space has kind of said this. I've understood it, but I didn't really understand it, if you get what I mean. I've consciously seen it, but deep down, why? In this book, the people that would often pass away the earliest, would be people that don't have a strong reason to keep on living. If people didn't have, I have work at home, I have a family at home, I have a strong reason that I need to keep on going. If they didn't have that reason, their brains and bodies would just give up and they would die as a result. That willpower was strong enough to keep them alive, but have that willpower disappear and they would pass away. Another example is in the minds of some people, they were thinking, there's no way I'm still going to be in this camp, in this position by Christmas time. And when Christmas time came and they were still there, they lost all hope and motivation. And then shortly after, they passed away. This was why the death rates during Christmas time and shortly after was one of the worst periods, because people just gave up. They didn't think they could possibly still be there by Christmas time. So all this to say, delving into yourself and figuring out your main reason for doing this, it's going to keep you motivated when all of the external distractions and just crap comes into your life. Because when you strive for change, there are many things that are going to strive back to push you away from your goal. Trust me, you likely know this, and anyone who's achieved anything or has leveled up in some aspect will agree with this statement. Now, next point. Sorry for the heavy topic, but I hope it actually illustrates what I'm trying to get across. Anyway, next point. I want you to subtract stuff from your life, not be constantly adding. You don't need another meditation habit. You don't need cold showers. You don't need all of these habits to add on to make you more disciplined or anything like that. What you need is to subtract. Minus distractions. Minus the stuff in your life that's taking away from what you're trying to achieve. You don't win through addition. You win through subtracting the noise and distraction. Imagine the entrepreneur who does 3 things throughout their day. They work on their business, they go to the gym, and then they socialize with friends and family. Now, compare this 3 things to the person who they play video games with their mates a few hours a day, they love to watch YouTube, they love to go partying, they love to do drugs. 6 things versus the 3 things. Who do you think is going to have more chances of success? I don't even have to go into the details of why. It's literally obvious. This person is going to have a higher dopamine baseline, is going to want to work. There is nothing else to do except work. So work is going to be fun. While for this dude, Work is going to be like, oh, you know what? I could be playing video games. I could be doing literally anything else right now that's more fun. This is not fun right now. Subtraction, not addition. And the last point is to think in second order consequences. This personally, out of all the advice given, is something I have to implement and keep remembering to implement because it's so influential that I didn't even realize. And with some of the advice, you can understand it consciously, but if you don't embody or actually take action, then what's the point? This advice, I learned second order consequences a year and a half ago through Sam Ovens and then Charlie Morgan, and I didn't think like this. I consciously thought to myself, you know what, hey, that's a good piece of advice. It'd be cool if I thought like that. And then I never proceeded to think like that. It's just like, why even learn the thing if I'm not going to embody or take action with the piece of advice? It's just mental masturbation at that point. So what is second order consequences? Well, the first order consequence is the direct result of doing something. And the second order is, as a result of that thing, this consequence now happens as a result of that thing. And it all stems from this first thing. For example, you get given an Xbox for your birthday. As a result, you now spend a bit more time playing Xbox. And then another consequence of that, you start spending hours on your weekend playing it. And then you spend hours per day playing it. And now you're playing 8 hours a day. Okay? What are the second order consequences of doing this? There's like a map of other effects that is going to be like as a result of these things. So you're now playing video games 8 hours a day. Well, yeah, you were trying to work on an online business. Oh, what's going to happen to that as a result of you buying an Xbox? Because you're now playing 8 hours a day. Because it's just the easy thing to do. It's the natural progression of things, per se, if you allow it to get that bad. Well, now, imagine you have a girlfriend. That relationship with your girl is going to suffer. You're going to be spending less time with her. You might break up. Literally less love. Oh, as a result, it feeds into that. Now I play more video games. Okay, what could happen over here? I get less sleep. Because I'm playing video games. I'm staying up all night playing games. Whoop. Now I get less sleep. What happens as a result? What's the second order consequence of getting low sleep? Oh, I make worse decisions. I feel like crap. And now, as a result, your decision making's worse. So what happens? You keep playing video games because you don't think that, hey, you know what? I should be something else. I should do something else. Feeds back in. Low sleep. Or now, you start eating worse because you can't be bothered meal prepping. Oh, you start getting junk food. Your diet goes worse. You feel worse. Feeds back into more video games. And all of this stemmed from that first consequence of buying an Xbox. Another quick example would be, imagine I didn't have a TV in my room, but for my birthday I bought a TV with all of the subscriptions like Netflix and all that. The second order consequence of me buying that TV is now I'm going to be spending so much time. I bought the thing. I want to spend time on the thing. I want to watch the shows I paid for. I want to make use of the thing. But now as a result, you lose other aspects of your life. Time that could have been spent on your goals or literally anything else is now being put into this aspect of your life, watching TV. Because you have to make use of the money you spent. Sunk cost fallacy. And again, it all stems from that first primary decision. Instead of first principle, second order consequences, is just thinking, as a result of this decision now, what is going to happen to me later on? What is going to happen as a result of me doing this? If I play video games now instead of working later, okay, that's going to be, far likelihood chance I'm not going to end up working on the thing. I am likely to not succeed on my goals, I'm just not going to make that decision then. Or literally me the other day, I was thinking about playing games with my friends online. I still play video games every now and then. It's a fucking stupid habit that I still need to kick. I was thinking about it, but then I was thinking second order consequences was directly in my mind. If I play video games with my friends now, what's going to be the second order consequences of that? Well, I'm likely to have a worse sleep, feel bad, and be less productive the day after. There's the missed opportunity of the time spent playing games. I could learn or do anything else or have fun in another less harmful way. And this decision making made that so much easier because it's like I could have fun now, or hold on, all of these downsides of doing it. Fuck, okay, I'm not doing that then. And I didn't play games. Thinking in longer time horizons is essential and is what top performers do. So my vision for this channel is to have people who are like my old self, who are 18, 19, 20, who are ambitious, they have goals, they want to achieve stuff in their life, they want to be better, but there's just stuff holding them back. I want to help those people who have those stuff holding them back, and I want to help people reach their full potential. Reaching your full potential or becoming better is I feel like it's such a meaningful use of your time. Personal development means so much to me. And all the things that have been like the most meaningful in my life has resulted from personal development and bettering myself. And this is why I want to do it for you, for my past self. This channel is going to be dedicated to giving you the advice I wish I had when I was younger. So, I hope you join me on this journey. And yeah, that is the video. I appreciate you watching, mate. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.